All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's find out where tonight's welterweight championship bout is at in fight card boxing. 49. 49 is O2 Arena, London, England. So this is going to be in O2 London. And folks, this is for the welterweight belt in my universe. This is one of the belts that's vacant. The middleweight belt has been left vacant by Roberto Duran as he entered as a lightweight into the American Boxing League. And so we end up, after a few fights, Oscar De La Hoya and Milton McCrory are going to be duking it out to hold the belt. Oscar, De La Hoya, and McCrory. So De La Hoya comes in here with 80 endurance versus 74. We've got 7 rounds for De La Hoya. We got 6 rounds fatigue for McCrory. Both these fighters are, well, let's face it, they're very close. 5'11" and 6 foot. 73-inch reach for De La Hoya, 75-inch reach for McCrory. 45 bouts and 40 bouts in their career, respectively. 30 knockouts for De La Hoya. And, of course, 25 knockouts for Milton McCrory. Both of them score almost identical damage upon their opponents, and they both waver with Oscar De La Hoya really suffering the anti-judge on a 6 roll and McCrory on a 5 roll. So really McCrory's round scoring card is a little better than Oscar De La Hoya's. But folks, this is going to come down. Yeah, it's going to come down to who lands the most damage. I think the fastest. But I think it will go 12 rounds. We're going to find out, though. So here we go. This determines 1, 2, 3 is Oscar De La Hoya. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6 is Milton McCrory. This is our damage number. This is our work rate number. So here we go. Round 1 here at O2 London, UK. Oscar De La Hoya versus Milton McCrory, an All-American welterweight bout in the UK. It's going to be Milton McCrory, and he will land, he will do 7 points of damage down to 73. Oscar De La Hoya suffering a little bit there as McCrory draws first blood. And we're going to get 8 is going to be 7 points against McCrory. Now we go to the judges' card. Neither boxer lands a multiplier. Neither boxer. Judge 1 is going to be McCrory's card, 7, so it's going to be McCrory. So again, we're going to be 10, 9. Judge 2 is going to be 4, that's 10, 9. And the last judge is McCrory's card as well, is 10, 9. So McCrory gets, he started first, and apparently that gave the judges a nod, a little more aggressive as McCrory drew first blood. Round 2 underway. It's going to be McCrory again, and he will this time score 10. Ooh, 9 points. Almost a multiplier, which would have been heavy duty against Oscar De La Hoya. Hard for me to judge. I've seen more of De La Hoya's fights in my life than I have McCrory, so I'm a little more familiar with his boxing style. I always liked Oscar De La Hoya. I haven't seen a lot of McCrory in my life, so harder for me to say. But Oscar De La Hoya will land, and he will land 7. It will be a 7 more points, and we got to go to the judges again. It's going to be McCrory with another 10-9. Oscar De La Hoya 6, 10-9 against Oscar. He happens to roll the one anti-judge on Oscar's card. And Milton McCrory is going to win this one. Wow, folks, he is right now sweeping this fight. The first 2 rounds on the judges' cards appear to be going to McCrory. Wow, holy cow. Both fighters are at, Oscar's holding in the corner, a little stronger at 64. And Milton McCrory's down to 60. Oscar started with a 6-point advantage, so not a surprise to see a 4-point advantage here going into the 3rd round on stamina. All right, it's Milton McCrory, so he is definitely the aggressor, folks. 36 and 9 is going to be 8 more points. There we go. 8 more points. De La Hoya's work rate is fantastic. He's going to score 7 more, and we got to go to the judges. And we're down to a 3-point difference in the stamina now, as McCrory's slowly done more damage over the first 3 rounds. It's going to be McCrory's card 6 is 10-9, so McCrory is definitely edging. It's Oscar De La Hoya 5 is 10-9, so Oscar gets that judge for the first time in the fight. He gets a judge. And McCrory on 8 is going to be 10-9. Unfortunately, Oscar De La Hoya is definitely losing this fight. Holy cow. Fight Card Boxing by Powder Blue Sports. John Turnbull's last game that he's put out. He is, of course, going to release others in the future, which I cannot wait on. PBS is probably my favorite game company outside of my own games. I really love Clark and Addison's full simulations and their games, their football game. I need to be playing more Drive Time Football. I just, this week I will, but I haven't had time with my PFL league that was going. All right, round 4. Right now on the scorecards, Oscar De La Hoya is 3 rounds behind. He's going to have to make a move here before the stamina sets in. Uh-oh, it's going to be De La Hoya, and he will fail his work rate roll, giving a 7-point bonus. So that's a +7 failed work rate roll for Oscar De La Hoya. So Oscar finally comes out as the aggressor, shoots across the ring, and begins the process of throwing sloppy punches. Milt McCrory's dodging, bobbing, weaving, batting those punches away with his hands. And Oscar De La Hoya fails to make any damage. And McCrory, 48, will score 8. It's going to do another 7 points of damage. Down to 49, and he's going to automatically win this round, 10-9s, because De La Hoya failed to do damage and gave a +7 bonus back to McCrory. So now De La Hoya is in trouble because he has now lost the advantage of stamina, and he has lost every single round. Going into round 5, De La Hoya now 49 stamina. He's starting to look worse for wear. We're starting to see a mouse form under his right cheek, and we're seeing a little blood there on the nose. And of course, McCrory looks pretty good right now. It's going to be De La Hoya. He will succeed. 3 though. Guess what? De La Hoya lands a multiplier. That is a big deal. We are not past the 6th round, so that won't matter anyway. But we got a multiplier punch here for De La Hoya, 3 and 3. So I'm going to roll 7 times this for the amount of damage. So De La Hoya gets off his stool and decides he had better get serious. And he will score 2 times 7, 14 points of damage. That's going to put them at 40. So just like that, De La Hoya has brought him back down, McCrory, back down to his standing as far as a beating. And McCrory will land, though, and he will do another 8 points of damage. So he's still leading. We have a multiplier, though, so Oscar De La Hoya is going to win this round. Where's my multiplier? Let's go ahead and check this multiplier chart. I don't normally check the multiplier chart, but it's kind of fun. 3. So double zeros and 3. So it's going to be up jab from a low guard that snaps the head back was the multiplier punch. So I should have checked that before I finished. And that's going to give him 10-8, as that was a hell of a fight. That does not mean he knocked him down. I generally refer to that in our league as a knockdown punch. But no, it just means he's got the absolute best of McCrory in that round, doing serious damage with a multiplier punch. So Oscar De La Hoya, who has not won a round until now, suddenly lights up McCrory. It's going to be McCrory. He's going to fail his punch, 48, so +7. Work rate roll fell. That is not good for Milt McCrory, as he rolls a 95 percentile. And now De La Hoya is on, 91. Guess what? Both fighters fell their work rate roll. That's going to make it a roll to see who wins the round. That doesn't mean they don't do something. It just means neither boxer has a distinct advantage. 11. It's going to be Milt McCrory. Oh my gosh. And it's going to be Milt McCrory, unbelievable. De La Hoya cannot get his own card on this, and the one time he did, he gave it up. Milt McCrory wins that round easily, 10-10-10. But both boxers manage, must have been a lot of bobbing, weaving, shucking and jiving to score those judge points, because they both recovered 7 points of damage in round 6. Now, Milt McCrory's fatigued, so that means he's going to take 3 more points of damage per round already. Well, despite winning this fight, he has fatigued. 80. That is going to be Milt McCrory, and he fells by 1%. That's another +7 here to Oscar. So Oscar De La Hoya is up to 55, and that's going to be a failed work rate roll for McCrory. That is not good for McCrory. 20-7. It's going to be 7 points off. And he's going to automatically win this round 10-9 because of the failed work rate roll. So now Oscar's starting to win some rounds, but he may be too little too late. Oh, by the way, 3 more points of damage on that. So 10. I'll take 3 away. 43. And now Oscar's tired. So they both start taking more damage. Milt McCrory is going to succeed and do 6 + 3, 10 points of damage. 45 for Oscar De La Hoya. Against Oscar De La Hoya, taking shots to the body and the head. But he will score 10 of his own. And we have got to go to the judges. And right now, Oscar De La Hoya is 12 points ahead in damage. So he could win this by TKO. It's going to be a 10-9 round for McCrory from Judge 1. I've rolled McCrory all but one time. Can you believe that? This die must be weighted, and I'm using a dice roll. Yeah, McCrory again, 10-9. So he has won every single round but 2, and he's run every judge's roll on the card except for the one time I did. It gave it to Oscar De La Hoya. All right, but Oscar's got a big advantage. 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds remaining, and he only has to average 10 points of damage a round, and he's going to win this in the 12th. I can do that math in my head, and right now that's what's going to happen. 81, except that Oscar De La Hoya, oh, he made his work rate roll, 82 by 1, and he does another multiplier. This fight may be over. Folks, it may be over. I rolled a 3, 3, and 81. That is incredible. He made his work rate roll by 1. Multiply this by 7. Fight might be over. 7 times 5 is 35, -2. Fight is over. This is going to be a win. Oscar De La Hoya. And matter of fact, we add 3 damage to that. More like -38. So he's minus, oh no, what am I saying? 35 from 33. 35 and 38 for 33 is -5. He's at -5. Let's find out what happened here as Oscar De La Hoya's hands go into the air as he stalks around the ring, showcasing to his fans here in the stadium in O2 London, UK. 89. This will be a straight knockout. KO from a punch after bell. Illegal. The punch lands just after the bell. The opponent drops and can't continue. Controversial KO. But it's still a KO, so it's controversial. They'll be screaming about it. Win by KO. This decided the belt holder, Oscar De La Hoya, is your new welterweight champ. Outstanding with a controversial, that's number 89 is the description. Outstanding fight card boxing bout between 2 solid boxers. Oscar De La Hoya, of course, I'm more familiar with. He's rated to fight middle, welter, and light, and he is currently now my welterweight champ. Is Milt McCrory is going to want a rematch after that controversial. The bell rang. He caught him walking away just as the bell went. They count him out as there is no saved by the bell here. And everybody's talking about that split-second failure of the referee to gauge whether that was a legal knockout or not. Doesn't matter. Oscar De La Hoya now will collect a paycheck, and McCrory will be badgering for a rematch as McCrory won 1-2. McCrory won all but 2 rounds, folks, of an 8-round bout. We were going 12. He hit 6 rounds to 2. They never tied a round. and he won it on a big multiplier punch, putting McCrory down for the count. Thank you for watching. This has been Fight Card Boxing.